Hello. Thanks so much for joining me. Can you guys hear me okay? Because I'm wearing my AirPods, but sometimes they run out of batteries. So thanks so much for joining to our Tuesday at 2 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our Facebook Live. Today we're going to talking about the aftermath of all the indulgences and how to handle some of them if you're having a little bit of tummy or gut issues. All the solutions we'll talk about today. And if you caught some of my some thoughts and insights last time, we'll go into a little more depth about that. And if I missed your question, please don't hesitate to share with me what your question is, and I'd love to try to answer it for you today. If we miss some of them, we'll try to put some info up for you. So how many of you had a really great Thanksgiving this year? Hope you didn't have too many problems with the indulgences with some of the tips that I gave. I think it's so important to enjoy our time with our friends and family during this time of year. I mean, personally, for me, this is my favorite holiday. So if you want in the comments, let me know how your festivities went and the feasting. We had such a great holiday, enjoyed a lot of prime rib, in fact, sous vide prime rib, thanks to Whole Foods and Jeff Bezos, and had so much fun, played cards, and just were laughing and giggling, and so awesome to see family and friends. So there were a lot of indulgences, you know, for me, for dairy and gluten, which I love. And I hope you did not have too many issues with having some of the foods that you may not normally eat routinely, or, you know, any macronutrient that you don't normally eat, like high fat or high salt or high carb or high sugar, whatever it might be. Because there's so many ways to hack actually having better gut health and boost your energy and boost any potential problems. In fact, boosting the resilience to brain fog, body fat, or fatigue issues. So some of the hacks I've shared before, I'm going to go over again because they're just so basic and they really help everybody. We hear all the time people have so much more resilience. They're getting over their food allergies. Their gut feels the best they ever have, or they have the flat tummy that they've been, you know, desiring to have for a long time. They've been challenged, or better energy, you know, less brain fog, more endurance, especially for these holidays. People are just running, go, go, go. Now everyone's on, like, you know, buying gifts and like catching up with friends and family during this time. So I'm going to go over some of those hacks again, especially the really important ones that give a lot of mileage for people. So one is Dragon Mojo. I ran out. I actually have given all my bottles away and need to order myself. We sell Dragon also on Amazon, and it's on the store. My staff will help post the link. Thank you, Tori. We have some staff out because their little babies, little kids are sick right now with the colds. So check out the link. Dragon is really incredible. You know, we run Dutch testing, or we do surveys on people. Almost everyone has some form of inflammation, and this inflammation and stress causes something called steroid steal. So when we get all our anabolic steroids stolen, for men it's testosterone, for women it's progesterone. The problem is that then these anabolic hormones start to go down and down, and instead we have an enzyme system called aromatase. It goes crazy and active, and it makes these good steroid hormones that we need for a good mood, we need for a tight gut, a tight butt and a tight gut go together. We need for fertility. You know, if you don't have these, you're kind of effed, right? You're either fertile or you're effed, right? So you don't want to be effed, you want to have high fertility. And as aromatase goes crazy with inflammation and all this, you know, cortisol and steroid steal, what happens is estrogens go up. Sometimes it's measurable. Sometimes you have to do a Dutch test to look at E3 estradiol, or E2 estradiol, or E1, the cancer-causing, more pro-inflammatory estrone. All of these we can see on the Dutch, so if you ever want, we like to test, don't guess. But we have really amazing surveys. So in the next week or two, we're going to start sharing with you some of the surveys we use in our clinical practice with our group classes and with our one-on-one VIP clients that really tells us at the root what's going on. And it's so easy, really. And also, if you do an organic acid test, again, test, don't guess, on our oat, we have almost 10 markers that share with us what's going on with someone's adrenal glands and their neurotransmitters, the adrenal neurotransmitters, and they're always messed up. So Dragon Mojo, I don't have the bottle, sorry about that, but it really helps to lower estrogen dominant signs. Some of them are just hot flashes. Some of them are, wired but tired feeling. For men and women, could be tender breasts, gynecomastia, so boobs, man boobs. For women, it's, fibrocystic breasts, PMS, either a short period or a long period can be related to estrogen dominance, actually. So I love Dragon Mojo. It's almost not contraindicated for anybody, except for people who have just super, super low, clinically low estrogen, which is very rare. And even if they're low, we have to assess really what their picture is, because of all chemicals actually have a very estrogenic effect. All heavy metal toxicities also, and plastics, phthalates, they have an estrogenic effect. So more often than not, we have a bit of a gender bending where we're getting way too much estrogens. And for men, this means losing their testosterone. For women, it's losing our feminine hormone known as progesterone and getting cranky and infertile and a lot of PMS and problems. So I love Dragon Mojo. It's got tribulus and passion flower in it. These are all amazing to help boost our energy naturally. And then we always like to tie it in. If you guys caught our special for Black Friday, we had a huge discount on the Mojo bundle, but you can still get it and have $17 off. My staff are gonna post that. So nearly every day I take Dragon. Some days, if I'm doing really awesome, I only take Dragon once or twice a week. And same with Nano Mojo. This is made by Sunhorse and Quicksilver. I love it. They've got over 20 different anti-inflammatory botanicals in it. Super amazing and awesome. And maybe a couple times a week, I take Nano one pump. It's so yummy. Here, I'll do mine now. Tastes really good. What flavor do you guys detect when you guys take Nano? It's a red licorice candy. It's so yummy. So I do it like a couple times a week. And if I'm really on the go, like I'm out clubbing, partying, seeing friends, and out late, I generally go to bed at 8 or 9, you guys, and get up early, at 5, 6, or 7. But if I'm out, I'll do 4 of these. So fun. And I'll do 2 to 4 of the Dragon Mojo. So that's my hack. I up everything up to like 4 at a time. And our MMA fighters love this as well. This is like the endurance hack. They get super great fat burning, super great, brain clarity, and really amazing gut health. All these things, if we go into dig into the literature, if you see my other lives, there are a lot of literature for every product. Or if you go to our Dragon Mojo product sheet, you'll see the studies that back up like how this helps to support our gut health actually. Many of the components are even prebiotic for some of our really good gut flora. That's what happens. And then same with Nano Mojo. Several of these anti-inflammatory botanicals are actually prebiotic for our amazing ABCs, our good bacteria in the gut. Now, to further help naturally boost energy, we need gut health. This is so overlooked in the whole arena of Western and Eastern medicine. You can't resurrect what's not there, right? If there's continued bankruptcy of our microbiome, you can't just like lick dirt or like take a suboptimal, inferior type of probiotic and expect health to flourish again. You have to really look at the bankruptcy. Why is it occurring? Where are the leakages? Where's the liabilities, right? Where's the debt happening? And then build those up or try to eliminate as much as possible. So right now we actually have we are on short supply. You can do pre-orders right now, but we're out of Microbiome Mojo and our best-selling Bifida Maximus. It's a very first world problem. So you can do pre-orders, and my staff will post the link in case you don't have it. Our Microbiome Mojo is so powerful. It's the only high-potency 2-for-1 probiotic where you get the soil probiotic for, so you only have to take this every other day. You get the soil probiotic and high-potency Bifida Maximus together. It's like the best combo for any kind of IBS, like diarrhea or constipation related. We often hear within just 5 to 7 days, people who've had these problems, diarrhea, constipation, irritable bowel syndrome for decades, it'll be gone in just 5 to 7 days or less. I love this product because it is so amazing. It really can enhance our permeability of the gut. And by doing that, having a tight gut, you get a tight butt and you have a natural boost in energy. So no longer is your body trying to like keep the gut as tight as possible and use all your reserve energies to do that when your probiotics are doing the work for you, because you're getting 100 billion probiotics that are our first line of defense that no other probiotic has. It has the highest strength of something known that centenarians and people with longevity have. It's called bifidolongum, which is why Bifidomaximus is so amazing. It's got the highest strength. It's not the cheapest probiotic on the market either, and it's the highest strength in our industry. And you also get novel strains of soil-based probiotics, spore-based probiotics, which make very important B vitamins that you need for energy. As you know, as we have adrenal fatigue or adrenal HPAT insufficiency, we lose a lot of B vitamins. B1, riboflavin, B2, which we have one species in here that makes that, many others, like cobalamin, B12, B6, all of them that are so important for making, guess what? Making our anabolic hormones. So can you see a vicious cycle that can happen that starts with gut problems and antibiotic overuse and it's hypersanitation? You know, super sanitation is not the best thing for us. I'm not the biggest fan of hyperhygiene. I know this may gross people out, but I hardly wash my hands just to keep what flora I do have. So we are out of stock of these currently, but only until about, I think, December 23rd. So in just a few weeks, we're going to be shipping them out. And if you get on our pre-order, we'll get it out to you the fastest. So check it out. And then in the meantime, we have some amazing alternatives. We've seen a big uptick, and you guys love the Trenov Trio. And I love Equilibrium. I'm going to talk about this again. It's the only probiotic on the market that has 115 strains. Fantastic. And, you know, I talk about butyrate all the time. This is the only probiotic on the market that I'm aware of that makes butyrate because it has Clostridioides in it, eubacteria. And so it's super amazing. And it's such a low dose, but it packs a punch. You only need like 1 or 2 a day. Now, when I'm eating like a crazy maniac, gluten and dairy all day, I will take 8 of these. And then my favorite, I'll take 4 to 8 or 5 to 8 of my microbiome Mojo. But you can use also, you know, I'm a fan of all probiotics. So I love Megaspore, I love Terraflora, I love many others, Just Thrive. A lot of great spore-based probiotics right now. My favorite friends, beekeepers. I can't find my bottle, I left it in my office. Beekeepers also has their new spore-based probiotic. And go check it out. And it's got a butyrate product with it, which is super amazing. I should go grab that bottle. I forgot. So check out Equilibrium. They even have an in-house study that shows improved mood. We hear about that all the time as well. People also report that with our probiotics too. But they have an in-house trial, not published, but it's in-house, and it has superior, awesome results. I'm a big fan of all probiotics, and during the holidays, sometimes women will have some like bladder or like yeast infections show up, UTIs, because of, you know, all the sugar and carbs that maybe they're not accustomed to eating. So we also have Gynatrin. Check it out. It's a great product. We use it in a lot of our protocols for women. There's an insert that's awesome, and it has an oral probiotic that's made by the same company as the Protrin. So how else can we naturally boost our energy, right? If you aren't already, you know, take advantage of the outdoors and 10,000 steps a day. That's the minimum. Grab a friend, you know, grab a family member you haven't seen in a while and catch up also. It should take about an hour. There's so many ways to naturally boost energy. These are the quickest hacks. You know, some other things that I love are adaptogenic mushrooms. This is kind of the mud I'm drinking. I had a hack from mud water. So a little turmeric, you know, your favorite mushroom powder. I love lion's mane. A little cocoa and little chai tea is like my thing. I'm trying to cut down on caffeine because that's not a real, that's a faux energy, right? Caffeine doesn't really truly give you energy as I tap it into my veins. But real energy comes from, you know, a great healthy foundation of health. And that, guess what that is? That's your adrenal function. Some other natural boosting ways is if you're a fan of acupuncture, you know, just like taking 10,000 steps and working out, acupuncture is amazing. There's some special spots I love the ST, the stomach point called ST36. You can ask your acupuncturist if you haven't, ever tried that. But there's many others. They do the kidney points and other brain points. Those are all amazing for energy boosting if that's what you're looking for. After eating like foods that may not always agree with you, you want to consider that maybe you need a boost in butyrate in the right place, your small intestine and your large intestine. So the favorite tributylin product, we love many of them. They're awesome ones on the market. On our dispensary, we have Designs for Health, and they have a tributylin that we put all our clients on. Hey, Erin, so good to see you. She says, I sleep like a baby on the Bifida Maximus. Ah, that's awesome. So tributylin is amazing. And you can consider with you and your medical team, more than what's actually advocated on the label. We will use the dose because in some studies they push the dose. 4 or even 8 capsules of tributylin is really incredible. That helps with some acute, gut issues. And we'll do that for a couple days, many days even. It's an incredible hack, and it really, really helps, and it works. If you have some sensitivities or some problems, there is black cumin seed oil, and sometimes people don't always agree with that. So if you have some issues, consider, of course, with your medical team to help that. But tributylin is a really great, amazing bridge until your body has the good butyrate-producing bacteria, again, like what's found in equilibrium, the U bacteria family, or if we see some other, hopefully we'll see other, really good probiotics that also will have them until they actually anchor there, and you feed them with bionic fiber. So fiber can come from a product like a supplement, or a high fiber diet. Like if you're a big fan of legumes and whole grains, preferably gluten-free for now if you're dealing with issues, or just bionic fiber, which is like a mix that you can make with some organic psyllium, some inulin. I love like different other powders like our oligosaccharides, either MOS or XOS or FOX. So these are all amazing to add in, and you'll build your butyrate producers by doing so. But in the meantime, you can try tributylin. So you want to consider a dose that's a little higher than the labeling. If this is for like a post-indulgence, kind of hack, consider 4 or even 8 capsules a day for at least a few days. So how are you guys doing? Did some of the little tips help you during your aftermath of your indulgences? And if so, I'd love to hear about it. And what challenges are you currently having? What questions do you guys have for energy? Like, what is working for you? Uncle, thank you so much for sitting and joining. Hi, Siobhan. So good to see you. Hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. Laura D'Alessio, thank you so much for watching. Michelle, Anna, so great to see you. And Ellen. I don't want to miss your questions, so let me know. Let me see if I can remember some questions from last week. Todd Hillman, good to see you. Right now in California, I live in Northern California by San Francisco, our sunlight is dwindling a little bit. So I love like doing 10,000 or even 15 or 20,000 steps out right in the midday, getting sunlight and the best warmth available for vitamin D conversion and thyroid function, adrenal function. That's my favorite time, best time. But I know a lot of people are starting to get snowfall, like I heard in Colorado a little bit, and the rest of the country will shortly, I know, be covered and pretty chilled. So it's awesome to consider something like a full UV lamp. What's the company that makes one that's really good, you guys? You can purchase them, and they're even on Amazon. And I think those are really great, especially if you're in areas above the 37th latitude where there's not enough UV, no matter, even if you hit the midday, There's not the proper angle, to get the conversion of vitamin D in your skin. And for a lot of people, that makes a big difference for mood, for gut health, for all your hormones, because vitamin D is a steroid hormone and it feeds into all our other hormones, especially during stress. So it can help boost that. It even feeds into our thyroid hormones and helps fuel that whole cascade of hormones that we need for adequate, all kinds. It works in all our organs and brain function and everything. Awesome. So I don't think there's too many questions, so that's really good, a good sign. So join me again next week where we'll talk about how to beat holiday bloat as we go into the Christmas season. I hope you guys all are having a wonderful holiday season as we gear up. And thank you so much for joining today. Love you and love your guts. Take care.